We have to move to a position where we can feel strength and unity amongst each other from Watts to Harlem, where we won't ever be afraid. And the last thing we have to do is to build a power base so strong in this country that will bring them to their knees every time they mess with us.
Individuals do not create rebellions, conditions do. Until they begin to address themselves to those conditions, rebellions will continue and they will escalate.
And to fight for our liberation by any means necessary.
It was the beginning of the Black Power movement. It was also the Black and Beautiful movement, moving into second gear. I would like to think that wearing the afro, wearing the African clothes was a move toward Africa. To some extent, it was a form of African consciousness, an African awakening. As a result of it, African people were stimulated throughout the world. But what followed the stimulation?
Good morning! Assalamu alaikum! My dear brothers, black men, strong black men, upright black men, sober black men, together black men, unity black men, freedom black men, justice black men. Welcome to the Million Man March.
1 million black men make their way to the nation's capital. They are answering Minister Louis Farrakhan's call for unity, redemption, and atonement. It's the largest demonstration in American history.
Marching is a strategy, and I think we have gotten enough out of the strategy. I think the march is a waste of shoe leather, gas, and energy. I have some serious problems with any kind of march for our liberation that leaves out one half of the mentality of our people, the women. I don't buy the rationale that the women need to stay home and take care of the children, you know. I ain't buying that. If they have no honorable place in your liberation is not worth the fight. Because you can't build no family struggle. You can't have no continuum. You can't even continue your name without that connection.
Long live the spirit of the Million Man March. Long live the spirit of the Million Man March.
I'm saying there's more to revolution than throwing your fist in the air. There's more to progress than marches. What institutions came out of it? What of lasting value came out of it?
I want to say, my brothers, this is a very pregnant moment, pregnant with the possibility of tremendous change in our status in America and in the world.
We're doing showbiz liberation, and that's not liberation.
Today, whether you like it or not, God brought the idea through me.
This march will do more to wash Farrakhan's ego and to project him into the forefront of leadership than anything else. And once he's in the forefront of leadership, where will he lead us? Straight to Islam. And yet he will not make a principled statement on the enslavement of Africans in Mauritania and in the Sudan. And there's all kinds of documentation, all kinds of proof. If I have to be a dissenting voice in this, then I'm very pleased that I've got enough integrity to be a dissenting voice and not to care where the chips fall.
House niggas, you doing exactly what the massa do. Fucking your own people, that's genocidal. I'm homicidal, fuck my rivals, I bust my rifle. 5-0, dead on arrival, there's no survival.
What's up, Facebook and YouTube? It's some couple of things I want to address with y'all concerning this Million Man March that I know many of you did not take into consideration. But before I begin, let me say this, that I respect Farrakhan for my own reasons. But the reason why I can't forgive Minister Farrakhan is because his role in Malcolm's death. That's another subject. There's links in the description that'll go through all of that with you. Today, I want to focus mainly on the Million Man March and some things we didn't know about the Million Man March and its agenda. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a couple of videos to address this because I doubt if I can do it all in one. But let me reiterate again that I respect Farrakhan as my elder, a person that came before me and who have been speaking to the people for many, many years, even before I was born. So I respect him for that. But just because I respect a person doesn't mean I have to agree with their full philosophy and become a follower of them. If you ask me, that the problem with the world today is that we got a lot of people following leaders instead of leaders turning their followers into leaders. Okay, that's my philosophy. We all should be leaders. Not gonna talk your ear off here, okay? Let's get into some of this stuff that I got for you concerning Farrakhan. One thing I want to bring out concerning the Million Man March is the fact that people don't realize that the Million Man March would not be possible without a government permit. And if you don't believe me, watch this.
Arrested participants in the noontime sing-along at the state capitol.
The group members were cited for gathering without a permit. NBC 15's Rachel Ballion joins us now with more.
John Lee, policy requires that groups larger than 20 get a permit to gather in the rotunda. That permit requirement is really what all of this confrontation is about. Protesters say the First Amendment is their permit. Police say they have to have one. That got us wondering, how tough is it to get a permit? We decided to apply for one and find out. Step 1, you have to get the permit application. You can find that by going to the Department of Administration's website and clicking on the Capitol Police tab on the left-hand side. Once that page loads, click on the State Facility Use Permit application. It's a one-page form. Fill it out. You'll need your organization's name, your address, the location you want to reserve, and a few other things like whether or not you want equipment. But you won't need anything too specific like a driver's license or social security number. Then you just need to get the forms back to Capitol Police. You can fax, mail, or even hand-deliver the forms, but you do need to have the request in at least 72 hours before you want to have your event. The permit itself is free, so there's no cost to apply. The forms say applications are typically processed within 10 business days, but the Department of Administration says most are done before that. In fact, I just filled the forms out today, and in less than 3 hours, I was already granted this permit. We're told permits are granted based on the availability of space. We're also told that requests can be made for multiple dates at a time, so daily events like the sing-along wouldn't have to file these forms every single day.
Something else that we need to think about is that September 10, 2013, 2 million bikers to D.C. on 9/11 response to Million Muslim March. Now, to make a long story short, if you read here, you'll see that the bikers applied for a permit to ride through what is called Memorial Corps near to the Memorial Bridge. The application for the permit said that there would be around 2,000 motorcyclists between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Carol Johnson, spokesman for the NPS, said the bikers' application was reviewed like all other similar applications. Park Services ultimately denied the permit, saying the group would simply cause too much disruption. Why am I pulling this up? Just to show you that whenever there is a major gathering, you have to have permission. Let's not be fools now. Wake up and free your doggone mind. I'm trying to show y'all something here. These people do not let nobody gather without their permission. You need a permit to do this stuff. So when we talk about the Million Man March, just understand that Farrakhan had to get his permit approved just like anybody else. Now, why am I the only one who see the hypocrisy in all this? So we march up to D.C. to demand justice, but the very people we demanded from was kind enough to grant the permit to allow us to gather with these demands. People, open up your minds and stop being a fool.
You might have some house niggas fooled, but I understand.
Now, we do know that this government doesn't allow anything to happen that does not benefit them. So the questions we should be asking is, why would they grant Farrakhan's permission for the Million Man March? Why would they approve his permit? Who benefited from the Million Man March? First, let's start by investigating the vendors involved, because you do know that there were vendors, right? Oh yeah, check this out. Now, I put this up just to show you one thing. Read this. Vendors make a killing during Million People March rally. This is something from the Philippines when they had their million people together. Why I pull this up? Because at the Million Man March, you got tons of vendors. Yep, I said it, people. Vendors, okay? Who are there making buku money. And if you don't believe me, read this. Manila, Philippines. Vendors at the Rizal Park in Manila hit the jackpot during the Million People March rally Monday, with some saying they made 5 times the usual amount of sales. Don't y'all think them vendors at the doggone Million Man March are making a killing? Everybody getting paid, and everybody down there talking about we demanding justice. Let's see if we get the justice after this march. All we've been doing for years is putting corns on our feet and making other people rich. I'm trying to wake y'all up. You going out here to the Capitol to demand justice, but you needed a permit to even be there. How hypocritical is that? You're going out here to demand justice, but Farrakhan needed a permit from the government to even have this gathering. So people, free y'all mind. Now let's move on. I got a question for y'all, man. Ain't y'all tired of begging and demanding? In case y'all ain't know, black people spend trillions of dollars every year on bull crap. So what the hell we begging for? All of them people marching up to DC getting coins on their feet begging. Now let's do some math. If a million black men put $100 into a pot, we'll have $1 billion, and we wouldn't have to march getting coins on our feet begging nobody for nothing. I mean, let's be serious. Do you really think we gonna get justice as a result of this march? Hell no. The only thing that's gonna happen is that these vendors gonna make millions off of it, as well as C-SPAN and CNN for airing it. Come on, people. Why y'all think they allow it? Everybody benefit from it, but the ones who getting coins on their feet begging. When all of this over, they gonna all have to go back to work and deal with this reality of ours. On the other hand, that $1 billion would help, because if you ain't no money, it's the only thing respected in this nation. And money is a tool of war. Let me say that again. Money is a tool of war. And I don't care who disagree with me, because this the truth, doggone it. And if you can't see that, you got to be a fool.
You might have some house niggas fooled, but I understand.
But like I said, if a million black men put $100 in a pot, we won't have to beg nobody for nothing. We can have our own justice system and bring forth our own communities, just like you got Koreatown, Chinatown, and the Jewish communities. Okay, so you can disagree with me all you want, but you can't call me a liar. Now, when will y'all learn? Never trust a Negro with a perm. When will y'all learn? Never trust a Negro with a perm. Okay, now let me tell you something, people. Y'all call him Farrakhan. My brother RFG call him Farrakhan. Brother Sanchez call him Permacon.
You might have some house niggas fooled, but I understand.
And I'm old enough and secure enough not to get angry because people don't like what I'm going to say. At least a month before the march, I was one of the first people to say that the march was a ceremony, a waste of time, and a Farrakhan con game. I said it because I know Farrakhan, and I know other con games that he's played. My remarks will be centered around Farrakhan, a faker. Now, the Million Man March was an achievement. An achievement for who and for what? Anytime you gather that many people together and the speeches last 4 and 5 hours, and you do not bring Africa in focus, in relationship to the African people of the world, you are out of order. You might as well talk about a child without talking about its mother and its father. Now, let's look at the intent of Farrakhan, and let's look at a serious disease in our community that plagues Farrakhan as well as others, and that is ego starvation. We are lacking in a special kind of stroking that makes us secure. Let's look at the fact that Malcolm X was the tutor of Farrakhan, and he turned on Malcolm X and said that Malcolm X was a traitor to the nation, and the nation had a right to punish him. Now, can you trust in leadership people who would turn on a friend? I have said many times, if Farrakhan would sell one of his stretch limousines, he could send a black student through medical school. You have gathered to aggrandize a faker who is not accountable to you for anything. He has not accounted to you for the $5 million he got from Libya. Libya is part of the fundamentalist Arab clique who wants to Islamize Africa or destroy it. Who congratulated him after the march? Libya and a high politician from Iran. Libya has been instigating to move to the south into the great corridor that is Sudan. If you take the Sudan, that corridor gives you a straight shot into South Africa, and Libya will join the whites to reconquer Africa. They have no compunction about it because they do not think of themselves as an African people, and like all conquerors, they declared war on all forms of African culture.
I do not think the Africans, the Caribbeans, or the black Americans have studied with any degree of depth and seriousness the rise of modern Japan. They went into a war and they lost. They sustained 2 atomic bombs. They had that country occupied. Now the people that defeated them are now begging them for commercial space. What did they do that we have forgotten how to do? They did some serious, astute planning, not loud mouthing, not boasting. They did not get on the radio or any platform and call anybody any name, but they did what they had to do. If we're carrying out a well-designed program for liberation, if it's written out, any literate person can contribute and share leadership. So if the leader dies while you're on page 13, move to page 14 and continue the struggle. bury the man, continue the plan. I think every person that calls themselves a leader, a preacher, a policymaker of any kind should ask and answer the question in his own lifetime: how will my people stay on this earth? How will they be educated? How will they be schooled? How will they be housed? And how will they be defended? The answer to these questions will create the concept of enduring nationhood, because it creates the concept of enduring responsibility.
Home sweet home, nigga, this modern day Rome. Assalamu alaikum, I was raised to say shalom. They create the division lives in your dome. Brainwashed with religion, but the vision isn't your own.
Now what's this got to do with Islam? Now this is the highest degree of Freemasonry. What happens there? The deadly deception. The Scottish Rite includes 29 degrees beyond the Blue Lodge, culminating in the 32nd. The York Rite has the equivalent of 29 degrees of the Scottish Rite in advancement along the path that culminates in the degree Knights Templar. So the York Rite culminates at Knights Templar, and the other one is the 32nd degree in the Scottish Rite. Okay? In addition, the shrine. Ancient Arabic order, nobles of the mystic shrine, is available to 32nd degree Masons and Knights Templar who wish to participate. So the highest order is available. Those of the highest order can become Shriners. Now the Shriners are an Arabic order, and this is for Protestants. And this is where the plot thickens. Do you think there is a link between Shriner Freemasonry and Islam, Christianity and Islam? Well, I think there just might be. We were talking about Shriner Freemasonry and how it links Islam to the secret societies. Let's continue our interesting little investigative study. The shrine, the ancient Arabic order, nobles of the mystic shrine, the shrine is the show army of Masonry. Maintains a very high profile. It is necessary to be a 32nd degree Mason for 6 months before being eligible to join the shrine. Only the highest Freemasons may join the shrine. Now these are most of the prominent Americans, by the way. All the big prominent Americans march through New York as the Shriners in their masquerades. Now, the shrine is in the name of Allah. Did you know that? And here is a Masonic lodge, the Freemason Lodge meeting in Cairo. President Gamal Abdel Nasser, President Nasser, 1954 to 17. Anwar Sadat, 1970 to 1981. They were all members of the AEO, the Ancient Egyptian Order, and of the ANOMS, the Order and the Arabic Nobles of the Mystic Shrine. So, isn't it interesting that they're all working together behind the scenes? This is all a joke. Here is Judge Ragheb Idris, ex-governor, Grand Master of the Sovereign Grand Commander of Egypt. There is the fez as their symbol. This is a Mason himself who showed me in Lebanon that most of the high Muslims were all Masons. He himself was a high Mason. Anyway, Masonry. Let's go to this Masonic temple in Oklahoma. And what do we see? Aha! We see a fez. And we see Arabic symbols. And we see a fez, a fez, a fez, a fez. And of course, Musla, Muslim Allah.
So you see right there the bow ties. You see right there the bow tie, and you see the makeup of the hat. That's the same hat, family. That's the same hat. The only thing is that the symbolisms is different. They got that shit from Masonry. They got it from Freemasonry. NOI, the Moorish Science Temple, all of them Islamic organizations was founded by the teachers of Freemasonry. And when you go off in the Freemasonry, they fucks with the Kabbalah. They fucks with all the numerology. That's where all of this shit comes from. Okay? Nova Drew Ali and them, you understand what I'm saying? They got the they deal with what you call ascending masters. I ain't got time for that, but I can go in that at a deeper time. Okay, look at this. Same type of hat. So you can see right there the pyramid with the eye, and, you know, and the sunburst. Okay, that's masonry. That's masonry. That's masonry. The York Rite. Can you see it? Can you see the hat? Huh? There it is. Matter of fact, that motherfucker looked like it was rolled out of off of the same fucking company. It don't even look like they changed companies. Come on, family. Look at that shit. Even got the little shiny shit up front. Huh? Do you see that? Is that a coincidence? Even got the little shiny brown on it. Y'all better check yourself. When you wreck yourself. This shit is reality. Let me move on. Look at this. Look at this. You're right. Only thing is Christianity, Islam. That's all it is. That's where they got the basis of their uniform from the masonry. Okay, let me keep moving. There you go. There you go. Look at it. Let me keep it moving. Okay? You mean I almost slipped up. I thought this was NOI. Look at this. You see the bow tie? That's where they got it from. They got it from the Shriners, the Masons. That's exactly where they got it from, fam. How am I continue to showing you this shit, photo after photo? It's piling up. Ain't like I showed you one. I'm showing you this shit in continuous flow of fact after fact after fact. These niggas' foundation is masonry. That's all it is. Let me keep it moving so you can see. See the bow tie? That's where it comes from. Okay? Now you look right here, you see Elijah Muhammad and the 45-degree stance of a master mason. You can look right there. That's what that is. That's what that is, family. Look deeply. Look deeply. You already got the book out that he was a mason. So, you know, don't feel like, you know, this shit ain't true. Because he already accepted it. Okay? And a lot of people act like he wasn't a Mason. He was a Mason and a Muslim at the same time because he got the Quran and he got the star and crescent over his head. So he was a Mason and a Muslim at the same time. At the same time. Okay? So don't act like when he came into Islam, he gave it up. Quit lying, because we got the photo right here in the 45-degree of a master mason with the crescent and star on his head. Did I make it up? It ain't my fault. The 45-degree. There it is. There it is. Take your time and look at it. Don't be shocked.
Gotta kill his appetite, cause the police be prejudiced. It's Albert Pike, but fuck him, I ain't dying without a fight. Yeah.
Albert Pike, the great. Now, if you go to D.C., you go to the Scottish Rite Museum, temple there. He's buried inside of that museum. His tomb is there. He has a library in there too. Albert Pike had the office of Chief Justice, listen to this, of the KKK, while he was simultaneously Sovereign Grand Commander of the Scottish Rite of Masonry in the Southern Jurisdiction. See? You don't play no motherfucking games. They can't answer that. So you dressing up in Scottish Rite, York Rite. This motherfucker that started, rewrote all of the rituals, was held the office of Chief Justice of the KKK simultaneously, while he was Sovereign Grand Commander of the Scottish Rite of Masonry in the Southern Jurisdiction. The main library of the Supreme Council, 33rd degree of the ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, Southern Jurisdiction, USA, the Mother Supreme Council of the world, Washington, D.C., is dedicated to none other than the Confederate General Albert Pike, the KKK's Chief of Judiciary. That's right there in that building. You could go look it up. Okay? That's Albert Pike. He's buried inside of the museum. Let me keep it moving. Now, look at this shit. Do you understand that this is the original Ku Klux Klan uniform? Do you see the crescent and the star on it? That fucks motherfuckers up. Take a look at it! Take a look at it. Here we go. Look at this. Got the crescent and the star on it. That show you what Freemasonry did to our people. These motherfuckers, the Ku Klux Klan was the ones hanging and lynching our people. How can you go and be a part of that? How can you go put that shrine of shit on your head? How can they and what color is it? Red and white. That's the same color of the Nation of Islam. Red and white. Now go look this shit up. When you look at their flag, it's red and white. It's red and white. It's red and white, family. They just took that shit off the Ku Klux Klan uniform and put it on the flag. Take a look at it. And he got one too. You can see the connection between the Masonry and the Ku Klux Klan. Albert Pike started that shit, rewrote it all. Silent in this motherfucker. You can hear motherfuckers piss a rat, piss on cotton. Okay, let me keep it moving. Up! Huh? Huh? Where did they get it from? That's Assad right there weeping for Assad. That's after Assad had been murdered. And so Assad is weeping, praying to Ra to have mercy on her and her family. That's what she's doing. And so they pray like the ancient Africans, yet and still they attack our history and say that no, it didn't come, civilization didn't come out of Africa. It came out of Arabia. Islam is the greatest science on the planet. It's the greatest religion. It's God's only religion. Yet and still, you mother, how is it that the Africans had it before y'all had it? If yours is sacred, what is this? What is this? They have to deny that. And so when it became evident that you could put so many comparative photos side by side showing that all of the ritualism that they got from Africa, they started to say, you know what, Allah's on the wall. They went to looking for Allah, say, oh goddamn, Allah, we didn't even know this. Allah's on the wall. You understand? All before that, oh evil Egypt. Oh evil Pharaoh, let my people go. Egypt was an evil empire. Now they done found Allah on the wall. Damn. If they can't beat you, they'll join you. Okay. Okay. Look. You looking? You looking? Okay. Huh? Huh? Wait a minute. You looking? You looking? There it is. All of that shit is Masonic. That ain't one. That's just one. I'm gonna keep going. Okay. See that? See these? This is on cathedrals. Believe it or not, they are in Masonic posture. Don't believe it? Watch. See that? That's Masonic posture. Pay close attention. Come on, family. See, I come get your motherfucking ass. These motherfuckers don't want to fuck with me. If you get Sarah Suicide, you gonna get got to that in 2011. I don't fear no man. I'm coming to get your ass. That nigga's a Mason, just like Gaddafi. Huh? I'm not through. Huh? 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 Look at it. Pay attention. I piles the shit up. Go on to tweet. Go on to tweet to your peoples. He ain't here shitting on y'all again. You know, he's consistent. Y'all sent out little weak ass threats, but he done looked them all down. Is that the last take? Okay. Oh damn right, I did get 3. Good. Huh? Am I done? No, I ain't done. Take a look. Take a look. Is the man just always pointing up like that? Is he always? That's Masonic posture, fam. Let me move on. Okay. See this? Yeah, him too. Haile Selassie too. Yes, him too. Yes, him too. See him? He was on CNN. Huh? See that? That's Masonic. That's Masonic. That's Masonic. Okay. I'm gonna keep it moving. Up.
No, not Kelvin.
Yes, indeed.
No.
Yes, indeed. The temple of hip-hop. The temple of hip-hop. Anytime you hear that temple shit, that's the underlining Freemasonry. The temple of hip-hop. I ain't done, I got more. See, I don't power one. I come with many. See, if I do one, you say, oh no. But once them motherfuckers get to piling up, huh? See, you don't come with one. See, because I know if you just put one, man, motherfuckers don't say, oh. But when them motherfuckers pile up, is that your boy 50 Cent?
No, that's
Who is that?
That's it.
That's 50. He got some hair on his face. That's his ugly ass. See, when they, you know what I'm saying? Now you can look up the meanings all you want. Because I don't need to know the meanings. You know what I'm saying? All I need to know when a nigga do that, deal with. Uh-oh.
Watch out now.
Now,
Fraud.
listen, a lot of people don't understand. When you hold that book like that, that's a Masonic pose. They got it from Imhotep. When you see Imhotep sitting with the scroll in his lap, that's where they got it from. Let me go on and go into it. Now you tell me what the difference is from this to this. Anybody, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Anybody know the difference? Ain't none. And you see right there, see TD Snakes, right there, it's a Masonic pose. It's a Masonic pose. Here it is. Here it is, fam. It's all in the damn art. It's all in the art. All this shit is Masonic. I'm gonna leave that brother alone. I know his name, but I ain't gonna. That's where the fairs come from, fam. Even when you look at the fairs over in Africa, it didn't even have no writing on it. So that's where the damn writing come from. It's from the Shriners. And so that's why early on Elijah Muhammad wore that fez. Because Farad's a Mason. Noble Ali was a Mason. You can see the Masonic overtone in it. The York, right? See the bow tie? See the bow tie? It's the same hat. Come in talking that dumb shit. It's a new day and age. We can see through it. We can see it now. Can't lie to the people. I ain't saying it's a lie. We can see it. Acting like we can't see this shit. It's the same hat. It just got different symbols on it. It's Masonic. He got a book out saying he was a Mason at one point in time. So how the hell you going to attack Egypt through Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, and then go behind the scenes and worship Egypt behind the scenes? All right then. All right then. Love it. See the Pope? See the Pope? I ain't through. See Noble Ali? Huh? Uh-oh. See Wesley Muhammad? Uh-oh. Oh. And this nigga talking about black Arabia. Nigga, get out of here. Damn fool. You know I was going to go in on your ass. The Pope, we already know they Masons. We ain't really got to deal. See? See Michelle? See the hand? See the hand? Okay then. So if you love Obama, I'm sorry. Here's the proof. You think he just leaning up there? They're not just leaning. That's the thinker. Did you see the thinker doing that? That's Masonic. It's telling you something. Them niggas, you can tell he looking at a nigga. The hell, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They ain't just up there. These is men of power. They speaking. See it? Uh-oh. See it? Sign of a most excellent master. You see that? I got your ass, nigga. See him standing there, hand over wrist, hand over wrist. That's Masonic. You think the Pope just standing there? You think his wrist itch or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Okay then. He's standing in the same damn position as Spaghetti-O. They Masons. So if you's a Freemason, then, goddammit, you in a lodge with the police. Freemasonry is married to police. You can go right down there again, open up the Masonic manual, and see what the colors of the lodge is. Red, white, and blue. The police car is white, and the lights on the top is red and blue. Okay? You see Jesus? They're your peace sign. Well, all the Bible centers talking about peace. That's where it come from. That's where it come from.
It's a rap.
Beat on.
It's a rap.
You see it right here. You see it right here. Let me keep going. You think somebody just gonna stop and just stand here and this nigga on the stage? You think he just stop and just stand here and do this?
Dear Mr. President, I'm living proof evidence that there's some crucial elements missing in society that seems to be the reason why today's youth are temperaments. Yet I stay humble and share my views with benevolence, at an attempt to bridge the gap like welders between kids and elders. Cause all of the previous leaders in the past that failed us, led astray and derailed us. Even during Katrina they didn't seem to care to help us. So nowadays I'm losing faith as a Christian. The children need a more sufficient educational system and less money spent on warfare. Stop increasing taxes. You should use teachers instead of the media to reach the masses. They brainwash us. Nowadays you gotta be cautious. Don't believe the things you read and half of what you see. Now whether I take a stand or sit down is up to me. But if they shut me down, I'm going down reluctantly. Freedom, you can't live without it. I'd be dumb to live in a corrupt world and never try to do a thing about it.